Hello again, this is John Lundquist from Paladin Academy. This is Algebra 2, um, Lesson 4-2, Finding Slope from 2 points. So now we're just going to use the slope formula using 2 points. So we get x2, y2, and x1, y1. And it doesn't matter, when I was your age, I used to think it mattered which one was which, but it doesn't. It works out either way. You can put the x1, y1 here, and the x2, y2 there, and but you just apply this formula and it works. You can always get the right answer. So um, we're going to apply that formula. So here we go. So I'm going to put m equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Now let's say this is x1, y1. Okay, we'll say this is x2, y2. Okay, so y2 is negative 5 minus, and this is minus y1. Well, y1 is a minus 1 over x2, which is 3, minus, and then this x1 is minus 2, so it's minus 2. So remember, when you subtract a minus, you get a plus. It's like going minus and flipping around. So you're gonna get minus 5 plus 1 over 3 plus 2, and minus 5 negative 5 plus 1 is negative 4 over 5. Okay, so negative 4 over 5. Now remember, let me just make it a nice 4. Okay, negative 4 or 5. Now remember, I can just do it from the graph, and I'm going to just do that. So I'm going to go up here, make it a thick. So I'm going to go up 1, 2, 3, 4, and then over this way, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I went up plus 4 and then negative 5 this way, right? But I know, remember, if you're in your car and you're going downhill, so it's a negative slope, and it's 4, the up and downs at the top and the bottom, and then sideways, and there's a negative, right? Because it's going downhill. Well, notice we get the same answer using the graph or using the formula, either way. And that's it. Okay, so let's just do some more problems, and that should do it. So now I am going to, let's do this one. Well, I don't have any points, right? I gotta figure out which one is which. So I have to pick a cross when the point has to be, it has to be on a cross. I can't pick this. I mean, I have to pick something that I can figure out the point. Well, it looks like this one's pretty good. And you go up here and this one. And there might be another place I could take it. Maybe here too. It could be there. So it's going to be, it's going to be this here. So it should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it should be positive 7 over 6, right? And it better work out that way. So this point here is 2, 5. 2, 5. This point right there. And this point right here, 1, 2, 3, 4 negative, negative 4 minus 2. Okay. So I'm going to apply the formula y2, ugh, this writing is terrible today. I'm going to take this out of here too. So let's take this y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Okay. So what's y2? Well, let's pick this. This will be 2. This will be x1, y1. Okay, so this would have to be x2, y2 then. So y2 is negative 2. So negative 2 minus negative this. Yeah, I'll just make this better than negative, I guess. Negative. Okay. Negative 2 minus 5. Okay, that didn't work so good. Negative 2 minus 5. 5. Okay. And then x2 is negative 4 minus x1. And x1 was 2, right? Yeah, this is a 2 here. 2. Okay. So negative 2 subtract 5, negative 7. Negative 4 subtract 2 is negative 6. Okay, so I got negative 7 over negative 6. Well, what happens when you got two negatives? Well, it's a positive, right? A negative divided by a negative is the same as two negative times each other, so they get plus. So you get 7 over 6. Well, that's what we figured it was going to be, 7 over 6, right? Okay, so onward to the next one. Okay, so I'm going to kill that off. And this, that. Alright, well, that's a lot of garbage there. I'm going to move this guy up. Okay, so this one's a vertical line, so it should be undefined. So I should have a 0 on the bottom. I should get a 0 on the bottom and like a 3 on the top, right? And here I got the points. This is 0, negative 1, 0, and this is negative 1, negative 3, right? So so this will be like x1, y1, x2, y2. It doesn't really matter. I can pick, either point. So y2 is negative 3 minus 0, right? Over negative 1, subtract negative 1. Negative 1, subtract negative 1. So I get negative 3 over, this becomes a plus. Two negatives make a plus, and I get 0. So I get negative 3 over 0, which is a heart. Negative 3 over 0, and that's undefined. So undefined. You never divide by 0. Never do it. Always undefined, no matter what. Okay, so 2 more examples, we're done. So let's make this, let me move this here, then it'll be easier. Move that down, that'll be good. Okay, so let's take red. Okay, let's make this, should we use orange? X1, Y1, X2, Y2. Okay, so Y2 minus Y1 over X2 minus X1, Y2, negative 3, minus Y1, 5, over X2, negative 5, minus, or you subtract, X1. X1 is 2. So I get negative 8 over negative 7. Right? So negative 8 over negative 7, two negatives make a positive. So I end up with 8 over 7 as a slope, M. Okay, and then the last one, I'm going to bring up here. Oops, bring this up. Kill that. Okay, so let's switch it this time. And let's use maroon. So let's go x2, y2, x1, y1. So y2 minus y1, so the slope. You go to x2 minus, whoops, 2 minus, I hope you guys don't mind my terrible writing. It's really, I'm not the really greatest writer in the world. Okay, so y2 is negative 2 minus y1, 10, over x2 is 19 minus 11, right? Okay, so this is minus 12. The negative, subtract the negative, the bigger negative. You're just digging a hole, bigger hole. You're in the hole, go more negative. This turns into a plus, two negatives turn into a plus, and that's 30. So I get negative 12 over 30. So I can reduce this. So if I divide this by, well, I notice I can divide this by 6 and this by 6. Because 6 goes into 12 twice, and 6 goes into 30 5 times. So you get negative 2 over 5. But I would take negative 12 over 30. I'm not going to give you be it wrong if you don't reduce. But I'd like you to reduce, but you don't have to. I'm good with that. Okay, that's it. Good luck.